thing people have often asked me when I'm coaching them in marketing consultations is about outsourcing work. I hear a lot of people ask, where do I go if I want to get this thing on my website fixed, or I want to adjust the way this looks, or I want to, get all this stuff put up on my website. I don't have time to do it. Where would I go to get somebody to just do that for me, or fix this little mistake for me, or adjust this color so it looks slightly different? I don't need a whole website built. I just need one person to just make that adjustment, and I don't know how to do it. Awesome. You go to outsource it. Where do you go to outsource it? There's several sites that I have used frequently. Elance.com, Vworker.com, and another one, Odesk.com. I've used all three and like all three of them. I don't know which one I actually prefer most. I guess Vworker or Elance. I have a lot of success on both, and I just want to talk about those a little bit today to recommend to you places to go if you want to outsource either a complete website to get built for you, or if you want to outsource SEO services, or if you want to get someone to write articles for you, or make videos, or make some adjustment in your website if you're stuck on something and you just need someone that's a programmer to log in and fix it for you. First, I would recommend coming to me, the Tech Diva, because I can help you with that. But if you want to look elsewhere, you want just one little thing for someone to address, you could go to these websites. So I'm going to start here talking about Vworker. Vworker.com, it's very popular. It used to be another name and I forget what it was, but each of these works the same way. The other one is Odesk.com. Now, Odesk started out being mostly Philippine-based, so a lot of your workers were Filipino, where Vworker's kind of a whole mixture and Elance is a mixture. This is Elance.com. This is actually after I've logged in. I wanted to show you kind of the back end, what it looks like. When you go to these sites, basically you sign up for an account. They're free to start an account, and you as the employer, it's in your favor, because they basically make it so that most of the time if you're going to pay for a job, you submit your payment and it goes into an escrow account, and they hold it until you approve the work that the contractor has done for you. So you don't have to release any funds unless you're satisfied with the work. So it's kind of in your favor, right? You have a lot of leeway with that, more so than just hiring some company in your local town even, actually, because you really can just say, nope, this isn't the way I wanted it, I will not release funds, and you can even then get your money back. So they really play to your favor to make it safe for you as the employer to hire people, right? The other thing is that you could post a job, and I'll show you how to do that here in just a second, but you can post a job and you get bids from people all around the world. Now, you can get bids just from the United States. If you prefer that, you can make that as your selection, but you can also just get them from anywhere around the world, and what that does is it gives you the advantage of competition and really great rates a lot of times. People in India or Pakistan, their typical hourly rate may be $12, $13 an hour. That's a phenomenal price to pay for a programmer. Now, the thing is, you got to think about what you're getting for that price. Sometimes you're going to need to do a lot of hand-holding and really guide them as to what you need, and sometimes you may not get exactly what you wanted. So you really got to look at what are you trying to outsource and kind of the quality you need it to be, and how can you describe it in a way that that person, even if they don't have English as their native language, can really understand what you mean. Maybe you do screenshots, you show them a little image of what you want, you give them examples, you really guide them as to what you want. And I'll do later videos about how to teach people and how to outsource your work to make it really clear. I've had a lot of success with that myself, and highly recommend outsourcing work as much as possible, just to free yourself up to be able to do the things that you're really in flow with. But anyway, I'm going on a tangent. For now, we'll go back to what I'm recommending: Vworker, Elance, Odesk. These are all great places to go. I happen to have logged into Elance to show you the back end. So when I'm logged in, these are the jobs I've outsourced in the past few months, right? So each one of these is a job. A lot of times I create, you'll see customize a WordPress theme. A lot of times I'll build my own custom design in Photoshop and I make it just the way I want it. And then I need a programmer to just make it into a WordPress theme for me, because it'll take so much less time than me trying to build a WordPress theme. So I'll outsource that, right? I'll outsource that programming. So they'll customize it, they'll make the theme for me, and they'll give it back to me. I usually go in and then tweak it and make adjustments, and we work together then to complete the job. But that saves me a heck of a lot of time that I don't need to be spending building the theme, because what I'm really excited about, and the thing that really gets me, it really has me in flow, is the design part, right? I don't actually want to be programming the whole thing. So that's where I outsource it. So you'll see a lot of those kind of jobs. I also outsource writing articles. I have a great writer that I found, not actually on Elance. I've hired her from another company, but she's an amazing writer, and she writes a lot of articles for a lot of my clients for their SEO work. Now you gotta really work to find a relationship with someone that gives you the quality of work that you want. I haven't always had luck. I've had actually probably 50% of the time. So 50% of the time I've had great luck, and 50% of the time not great. And I've had several where I've been botched jobs, and I've gotten stuck and been terribly embarrassed because the work I got was not good, and it was for a really highly prestigious client, and I'm just stuck. I didn't know how to fix it, and I basically had to start from scratch. I didn't meet the deadline, left the client miserably disappointed and actually really upset with me. And it really put a chink in that relationship, and that was actually a personal friend. So that just went terribly. So this doesn't always go amazingly, okay? This is something you just gotta, with practice, you will learn how to get clear on what you want and how to outsource what you have in a way that the other person is going to be very clear on what you want. A lot of times it's not that the person's trying to cheat you or they're trying to do a bad job. It's just that they didn't understand what you meant. And sometimes that's because of the language barrier. Or maybe you didn't explain it in a way that really made sense to them. So you got to understand they have, they're coming totally fresh. So if you want some sort of site that looks a certain way, give them as many examples as you can of other things that are like you want, or, screenshots, or draw it up and sketch it out on your sheet of paper and take a picture of it. Really get clear on what it is you have in mind, because that person's just starting from total scratch. So that's something that you develop over time. You'll get better and better at explaining the jobs that you want to outsource, and as you get better and better, you'll get better results, right? I get probably 8 out of 9 times I get amazing results now, because I'm working with amazing people. I have a team of 5 people around me, not just from Elance, this is kind of from other places, but I now have a team of 5 people that I work with on a regular basis, and they, it's great. We're a team. We've been working together for a year now, and I only use those guys, right? But it took me a long time and a lot of heartache to find my team. At the same time, I wouldn't have found my team had I not just jumped in and done it, So really start with jobs that are small enough that if they get botched, you're not going to be in a jam, right? So little jobs where you can really start to build trust with someone and learn how to work with them, and that'll truly give you the results you want, and it'll create this relationship with someone that you can work with long term. Now when you go to Elance, or any one of these, they're all pretty much the same. You go here, you can find work. If you want to actually go find a job and post and bid on a job, you can totally do that. Or you go to hire. You can search contractors and just see what people list. If you do that, you can check out people's portfolios based on what you're looking for. Now you'll find there's all kinds of work that you can outsource. Writing, admin, design, sales, marketing, finance and management. There's a whole bunch of stuff. Legal. So say I want design and multimedia. I would just click that section, and then I'm going to be given a whole list. There's 112,000 results of people that have listed this as their service. So I can look at any one of these people, and they're ranked by basically their ratings. Now this is great because you can see how people are rated. You can see how many jobs they've completed on this site. You can see their rating. You can check out their portfolio. You can see their skills. So this is such a great way to just really find people to do the work you want. And this is before, you don't pay anything. This is free. You just sign in as a free member. And you can go through lists and lists and then ask people, create a job, and then ask people to bid on your job. Contact these people directly. You can contact them right here. You can post them a job and say, hey, I have this. Would you be interested in bidding on it for me? You can see their rates per hour that these people are. And you'll find, don't always think that if you see someone for $65 an hour, now she's in the United States, that's a pretty good rate. She could be amazing. So don't say, oh, that's too expensive, whatever. That might be a lot of great value for your buck. So don't just look for the cheapest people, because you might be disappointed. Go for, a lot of it is just kind of testing, but it's not always the cheapest one that's going to give you what you want. But anyway, this just gives you lists and lists of people. Or you can go directly to posting a job and post your job. Just explain what it is, outline the steps, add some screenshots, add photos of what you want. If you can go, you can look through templates of popular jobs, you know, so you can basically select the template and it kind of describes it for you. You can go to past jobs that you might have listed before and basically create a new job based on that. You select the category, the type of job it is. You list the specific skills, like if you're looking for a WordPress site, you would list WordPress in here. And then you say whether you want them hourly or fixed price. Now I would go with fixed price because that means that you're going to have an end result before you have to release your funds, right? Because hourly just seems so much more gray. I don't really know exactly what that means, so I usually just say fixed price and have people bid on a fixed price, unless it's just ongoing work. And you can say how long. If it's ongoing work, you'd say hourly for like 1 to 2 weeks. If you're trying to get a website launched, you might just say hourly for 1 to 2 weeks. But if it's a fixed price, you'd say fixed price, and then you can set your budget and say what your budget is. And then you can select to have this posted, like if you just went to the United States, you can do that here. You can also say how long the job is posted. Maybe it's just posted for a week if you have a short deadline. And then you just continue, and beyond that, well, I have to actually fill this out so I won't go on, but you continue, you basically set the options of what your deadline is, and then you just hit post, and it posts it up. You'll get an email confirmation of your job being posted, and then you just wait for people to bid. Usually within a day or two, you'll get 5, 10, 15 bids on your job of all various price ranges. I would then recommend contacting those people directly and saying, hi, tell me a little bit about you, point me in the direction of your portfolio, whatever, and go and just check them out and see what they've done in the past and just review, just as you would any other job or resume. Review what you've gotten and then have them, take on the job. I'd say, again, start small with a small job that wouldn't matter if they screw it up, and just try them out, and you might find you have someone that really works for you. I've used the same guy actually for Speed Software. He's a really cool programmer for WordPress sites. So note to any of you that are looking for a programmer for WordPress sites, I highly recommend him. He's been great. And I will use him multiple times. So you might find people that you really are excited to work with, and you work with them over and over and over again. So anyway, that's how you get started outsourcing. Again, it just takes a little bit of practice and jumping in with something small and just trying it out and establishing that relationship and learning how to talk about what it is you want so that people understand you. And then just go from there, and you'll get so excited that you can get work done in a short amount of time by just paying like $50, $100. You get the job done that you could have struggled with for weeks. You'll suddenly decide that outsourcing is something from the heavens, and you'll do it all the time. And if you have any questions about that, just shoot me an email or post a comment below, and I'm happy to answer your questions. Thanks a lot. Talk to you next time.